Hello everyone, my name is Dana Ansari and I am a graduate student in the Data Science program at UMBC. Today I will provide a brief introduction into phase 1 of my Capstone project, which involves determining if selected school level features can predict a high school's academic achievement as measured by their proficiency performance on standardized state assessments for reading and math. As a little background, the Federal Department of Education utilizes proficiency on standardized state assessments as a measure of academic achievement to evaluate how school districts and schools are performing on their state-based content standards. The Every Student Succeeds Act, also known as ESSA, is a U.S. law that was passed in December 2015 and that governs the United States K-12 public education policies. For this law, every state is also required to administer standardized assessments annually to assess, evaluate, and ensure equitable education is provided for all students attending public schools within their state. Thus, proficiency on assessments are even incorporated into states' accountability systems and utilized to rate a school's performance. Performance on these assessments are influenced by several factors, such as school locale, staffing, neighborhood poverty, and much more. For instance, studies conducted at the student level have shown that poverty as defined by family income can be a strong predictor of academic success and school retention. And at the district level, poverty indicator as defined by the percentage of free or reduced lunch appear to have the most impact on test score levels. However, few studies have looked at publicly available school-level datasets to predict proficiency performance on state assessments. Thus, my research question for this project is to identify whether school-level features can predict proficiency on state assessments for math and reading. Building on existing research, I will identify a list of similar features such as school neighborhood poverty, school locale, and also bring in new features such as staffing, course offerings, enrollment, and school status into my project. The goal for this project is to determine if school-level features can predict a high school's proficiency performance on state assessments for math and reading. By doing so, I hope my project will help education policymakers utilize this information to identify at-risk schools at an early stage and thereby implement targeted interventions, funding, or resources towards such schools to help improve their educational outcomes in the future. For my project, I will be utilizing and aggregating publicly available datasets from various federal repositories for the school level for the school year 2017-18. These repositories include the Common Core dataset that collects school directory, membership, enrollment, and finance information, the Civil Rights Data Collection that collects information on school characteristics, course enrollments, and staffing, the EdFacts datasets on state assessment proficiency for reading and math that are collected at the school level, and the EDGE dataset that collects information on school neighborhood poverty estimates based on the census information. These datasets will be combined to generate a master data file that would be cleaned, processed, and explored so that further analysis and modeling can be conducted and shared in phase 2 of this project. Here is a list of the literature that was reviewed during phase 1 of this project. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for phase 2.